I picked up 8 helpful kitchen tricks from just one simple dish today. Hello everyone, it's Tracy here. Have you ever tried to cook something but ended up fumbling around, getting flustered, and wasting so much time? If that sounds familiar, then today while I'm making a 4-flavor baked egg and bread cup, I'm going to show you 8 super useful tips that will help you prep your ingredients more neatly, quickly, and easily. Let's get started. First, I need to prep a few ingredients for this dish, like bell peppers, red onions, cauliflower, and a few others. And the first tip is about removing bell pepper seeds. I've always loved eating bell peppers, but I used to hate how the seeds would scatter everywhere. Not anymore. Let me show you a quick and tidy way to remove the seeds without making a mess. Start by cutting off the top of the bell pepper to reveal the inside. Then make one straight cut down the side of the pepper. Gently open it up. You'll see that the entire core of seeds is still holding together in one solid piece. Next, use your knife to lightly score around the base of the seed cluster. Gently lift it out, and the whole core along with all the seeds comes out in one clean motion. No more loose seeds rolling everywhere, and nothing sticking all over your cutting board. This method is neat, quick, and so much easier, especially if you cook often. After removing the core, lay the pepper flat and slice it into strips or small cubes, depending on what you need. For today's recipe, we're cutting the pepper into small, even pieces to use as a topping for the baked egg cups. Then just set them aside. The second tip is how to prep red onions without making your eyes burn. For most people, just hearing the words red onion brings back unpleasant memories, because cutting them the usual way can make your eyes sting so badly. But look at the way I'm cutting them, I'm not tearing up at all. There's always a little trick behind it. Before you start slicing, prepare a bowl of clean water, add about a teaspoon of salt. Stir it well. And then soak the red onions in it for about 2 to 3 minutes. This helps calm the enzymes inside the onion, the very enzymes that release sharp sulfur gases that irritate your eyes. After the onions have soaked, pat them dry and cut them into small pieces. You'll notice they no longer make your eyes burn. And the best part is that when you chop them this way, the onion keeps its firm texture, its natural sweetness, and you can cook comfortably without having to stop and cry from the irritation the whole time. After you finish cutting, set the onions aside and move on to the next ingredient fresh. Crisp cauliflower. Cauliflower is delicious and nutritious, but washing it properly can be a bit tricky because dirt and tiny insects often hide deep inside the florets. So the third tip is a gentle way to clean it without breaking the florets apart. Start by preparing a bowl of clean water and adding a teaspoon of salt. Stir until it dissolves. Then turn the cauliflower upside down and submerge the whole head in the salted water. Let it soak for about 10 minutes. When you flip the cauliflower this way, the water naturally flows into all the narrow crevices, loosening any hidden debris inside. Dirt and tiny insects will float out on their own without you needing to scrub or pull the florets apart. This method keeps the cauliflower intact and much nicer looking when it's cooked. After soaking, rinse the cauliflower under cold running water to remove the salt and any leftover debris. Then pat it dry and cut it into small, even pieces. This helps the cauliflower cook more evenly and keeps its texture tender yet firm, with a fresh little crunch. Prepare the rest of your ingredients the same way prepped and diced before cooking. Tip number 4, baking 4-flavor egg cups. Now that all the vegetables are ready, it's time to bake the eggs. Start by preparing a muffin pan with 12 small cups. I also like using 12 paper cupcake liners because they keep the eggs from sticking and make cleanup so much easier. Crack 1 egg into each liner. Next, we're going to divide the toppings into 4 rows to create 4 different flavor combinations. In the first row, add chopped salami, a few pieces of red bell pepper, and some diced mushrooms. In the second row, add corn kernels, red bell pepper, and a bit of parsley for a bright, fresh flavor. For the third row, add a little chopped sausage, diced tomatoes, and a bit of green onion. And finally, in the fourth row, add small pieces of cauliflower, yellow bell pepper, and red onion to bring a natural sweetness and beautiful color. This gives each row its own look, texture, and personality. Then sprinkle a little salt and pepper on top, so the eggs have a rich, balanced flavor. To make the eggs richer, sprinkle a layer of mozzarella cheese on top, then add a little oregano or dried herbs for extra aroma. Bake the tray at about 400 degrees for around 20 minutes until the eggs are fully cooked. Wait until the eggs puff up and turn golden, the cheese melts, and all the toppings become tender. While the egg cups are baking, we can use this time to prepare the crispy bread base using a little trick to create the shape. Start by taking a few slices of sandwich bread. Use kitchen scissors to trim off the crust, but don't throw them away. We'll turn them into something delicious in the next tip. For now, just set the crusts aside. Spread a thin layer of olive oil or softened butter on the soft center of each bread slice. This helps the bread turn golden and crispy without drying out. Next, we're going to shape the bread. If you don't have a mold at home, just grab a small bowl, wipe the bottom clean, and turn it upside down. Gently press each slice of bread over the bottom of the bowl to form the shape of a small cup. This method creates a perfect shallow mold without needing any special tools. Place the bowl covered with the bread slice into the air fryer and cook it at 150 degrees, about 302 degrees for 5 minutes. This gentle heat helps the bread firm up and turn crispy without burning. When the time is up, you'll have beautiful little bread bowls, light, crisp, and ready to hold the baked eggs. They look absolutely delightful. Now that we've made the bread bowls, it's time to use the crusts we set aside earlier. Instead of throwing them away, we can turn them into a delicious batch of homemade croutons. Start by cutting the bread crusts into small pieces and placing them in a large mixing bowl. Add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil and gently toss so each piece gets coated with a thin layer of oil. Next, add a little salt and half a teaspoon of oregano, then toss again. Finally, add a bit of minced garlic for flavor, but instead of struggling to grate garlic directly on a metal grater where it sticks to the tiny holes and becomes so difficult and time-consuming to clean afterward, let me show you a simple way to grate garlic and collect every bit of it. First, place a small piece of parchment paper over the surface of your grater. Hold it in place with one hand, then gently rub the garlic clove back and forth just like you normally would. You'll notice right away that the garlic doesn't stick to the metal. Instead, it gathers neatly on the parchment paper. When you're done, just lift the paper and scrape it with a spoon to collect every bit of grated garlic. No scraping, no waste, and almost no cleanup. The grater is practically spotless. This little trick is especially helpful for anyone with sensitive hands or for anyone who cooks often and wants to cut down on cleanup time. It also helps the garlic come out soft and evenly grated. Once you have the finely minced garlic, add it to the bowl of bread pieces and toss everything well so the flavors soak in. Then place them in the air fryer and cook at about 356 degrees 180 degrees for 10 minutes. Remembering to toss them halfway through so they turn golden on both sides. When the timer goes off, take them out, and you'll see each piece has turned beautifully golden, wonderfully fragrant, and perfectly crunchy. You'd never guess they were made from leftover bread crusts. Now that all the ingredients are ready, let's check on the egg cups we baked earlier. Once they're fully set and lightly golden on top, take them out of the oven and gently remove the paper liners. The eggs will lift out easily and keep their shape. Place each egg cup into the crispy bread bowls we made earlier. The contrast between the warm, soft egg and the crunchy bread base makes every bite feel extra special. Next, arrange the homemade croutons alongside the egg cups on the plate. And you've got yourself a delicious dish ready to enjoy. Take a bite of the baked egg in the bread cup. Wow, the flavors are rich and full. The filling is tender and fresh. And when paired with the crunchy croutons, it's absolutely perfect. This makes a wonderful addition to a party menu or an afternoon snack. And before finishing up, don't forget to clean the muffin pan. Let me show you a simple way to clean it without scrubbing. Start by filling your sink with warm water. Add a tablespoon of baking soda and a few drops of dish soap. Then soak the pan for 10 to 15 minutes. After soaking, just wipe everything clean with a soft cloth. And rinse under running water. Then let it dry completely. Finally, to protect the non-stick coating and make future cleaning easier, lightly brush a thin layer of oil inside each cup. This is a habit I always follow. It's practical, keeps your kitchen tidy, and helps your tools last longer. And there you have it, a complete, delicious meal along with 8 simple kitchen tips, all wrapped up in one small, charming recipe. I hope these tips make your cooking a little easier, your prep a little cleaner, and your mornings a little more enjoyable. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If today's ideas help you save time in the kitchen, don't hesitate to share them with others who might enjoy them too. And if you'd like to discover more gentle, helpful tips, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more useful videos.